Hey guys, Rasheed Ahmed is here and welcome to today's lecture. Today we're going to talk about and focus on the medical field by talking about a very important subject that is so important for all medical students to understand. So today we're going to talk about and focus on the ECG, okay? Well, unfortunately this time guys I'm not going to be visible, but you're going to hear my voice anyway, right? And that is good, okay? Great. So what is the ECG? But before that, the ECG is so important for all medical students to understand, exactly those who are in the first and the second years of medical college, to understand the normal structure of the ECG. Because when you get to the high levels in the fifth and the sixth years of medical college, you won't face any problems to understand the abnormalities of the ECG because you did study the normal structure of the ECG in the first and the second years of medical college, and that is good. That is really, really great. So what is the ECG? Let's go and explain the first steps of the ECG. The ECG is like abbreviation of a long word. The ECG, let me write here again. The ECG is like an abbreviation of the electrocardiogram, okay? The E is for the electricity of the heart. The C is the cardio, the heart itself. And the G is the gram, which is the unit of the ECG. The ECG, it is done in a device, this device called the electrocardiograph, okay, and it is done in a process called electrocardiography, okay, and you get this paper called the ECG to see how the heart of the patient is working, the electricity of the heart, how it is moving inside the body, okay, of the patient. So the ECG, he has some things like characteristics. They call them leads, okay, we do call them leads, and the ECG has 12 leads. They're so important to understand how the quality of the electricity of the heart of the patient, how it is working. So let us go and explain these leads. So we said that the ECG has 12 leads, right? The ECG has 12 leads. These 12 leads, they do work like cameras. Okay, people are gonna say, what do you mean by this? They're working like cameras, picturing the heart from so many sides, so you have a full understanding about how the heart of the patient is really working. This patient, he really has like a normal heart or abnormal heart? Okay, so imagine this with me, that this is the heart. Well, I'm a very bad artist, but this is like an imaginary heart, okay? And we do, oh, sorry about that. Oh my goodness, this is my first time to do that. This is the heart, okay? And we do divide into four ventricles, into two atria. This is the right atrium, and that is the left atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. So those leads, they do picture the heart from so many sides, like from here and from here, from the lateral side, from the inferior surface, from the medial surface, from the superior surface, like 12 lead. They're picturing the heart from so many sides, so you have a full understanding and about how the heart of the patient is working. Those leads are so important to understand which place and which position you have to put them all. But before we talk about the position, we have to divide these two leads and understand every one of each of these leads. So we said that we have 12 leads, right? 12 leads, and those 12 leads, they do divide into two parts, okay? They do divide into bipolar limb leads, and unipolar limb leads, okay? So those bipolar limb leads are 3, and those unipolar limb leads are 9. 9 and 3 are 12, right? So those bipolar limb leads are lead number 1, lead number 2, and lead number 3. Those unipolar limb leads, which they also divide into two parts, they do divide into 6 chest leads and they also divide into 3 augmented limb leads. So let me repeat. We have 12 leads of the ECG, okay? They do divide into 3 bipolar limb leads and 9 unipolar limb leads. The bipolar limb leads are 3, which they are lead number 1, 2, and 3. The 9 unipolar limb leads, they also divide into 2 parts, into 6 chest leads and 3 augmented limb leads. So now let's go and explain the first 3 bipolar limb leads and explain each one of these leads. Okay, let us go. So this is a picture showing how the limb leads or the bipolar limb leads are situated on the body. So we said that we have 3 bipolar limb leads. Which we said that we have lead number 1, 2, and 3, right? This is lead number 1. Let's begin with it. It is between lead number 1, it is between the right arm and the left arm. Between the right arm and the left arm, okay? But the positive charges, the positive electrode are situated on the left arm, while we put the negative electrode and the negative charges on the right arm. And that is lead number 1, between the right arm and the left arm. The positive charge we situated on the left arm. That is lead number 1. Lead number 2, it is between the right arm and the left leg. Between the right arm and the left leg, okay? LL, it is the left leg, but we situated and put the positive charges on the left leg while we put the negative charges on the right arm, and that is lead number 2, which is between the right arm and the left leg. Positive charges on the left leg, negative charges on the right arm. That is lead number 2. Lead number 3, which it is between the left arm and the left leg, between the left arm and the left leg. But we put the positive charges on the left leg and the positive electrode on the left leg, while we put the negative electrode on the left hand, and that is lead number 3, between the left arm and the left leg. Positive charges on the left leg, negative charges on the left hand, and that is lead number 3. People are gonna say, why we didn't talk about the right leg? Why we always talked about the left leg, but we didn't talk about the right leg? The right leg here in our work, it's not important. Okay, it is not important, but sometimes we put a lead on this leg so they can the excess charges, they go out from the body through this leg. The excess charges that are confusing the body from not having a good quality of the electricity of the heart, they go out from the body from this leg. Okay, so also there's something I want to say, that why we have here like triangle, right? This triangle, it is associated to someone and related to someone. His name is Ethiphan's triangle, to that scientist. He had a fantastic theory for the ECG and for the 3 bipolar leads. He said that lead number 1, or maybe he said lead number 2. He said lead number 2 equals lead number 1 plus lead number 3. Okay, that is important. He said that lead number 1 equals lead number 2 equals lead number 1 plus lead number 3, and that is Ethiphan's triangle. That is here, Ethiphan's triangle. So those are the 3 bipolar limb leads, which they are the bipolar limb leads, right? Now let us go and explain the other unipolar limb leads. Okay, but before that, let's also divide them again. We said that we have 9 unipolar limb leads, right? Okay, we said they do divide into 6 chest leads and 3 augmented limb leads. Okay, that is LED is limb leads. So the 6 chest leads are from view number 1 to V number 6. From V number 1 to V number 6, I mean V number 2, number 1, V number 2, V number 3, V number 4, V number 5, and V number 6. Those are the 6 chest limb plates. The 3 augmented limb plates, which they are EVR, EVF, and EVL. Those are the 3 augmented limb plates. So let me repeat again. We have 9 unipolar limb plates. They do divide into 6 chest plates, which they are from V1 to V6, and 3 augmented limb plates, which they are EVR, EVF, and EVL. Okay, let's begin and explain each one of these augmented limb plates. Let's begin with the augmented limb plates. Okay, let us go. So this is a picture showing the augmented limb plates. As we said before, that we have 3 augmented limb plates, which they are EVR, EVL, and EVF, right? So let's begin with the EVR. The EVR, we put the positive electrode on the right arm. We put the positive electrode on the right arm, while we put the negative charges on the left arm and the left leg. On the left arm and the left leg, we put the negative charges because we want to measure the electricity and the potential that is situated on the right arm, and so we measure and put the positive electrode on the right arm because we want to measure the potential difference between the right arm and the left leg with the left hand. Okay, and that is EVR. The EVL, we put the positive charges on the left leg. We put the positive charges we put the positive charges on the left hand, and that is EVL. We put the positive charges on the left hand, while we put the negative charges on the right hand and the left leg, because we want to measure the potential difference between the left hand, which we put the positive charge, with the negative charges on the left leg with the right hand, and that is EVL. We put the positive charge on the left hand, negative charges on the left leg and the right arm. Okay, and that is EVL. The EVF, we put the positive charges on the left leg, while we put the negative charges on the left hand and the right hand, because we want to measure the potential difference on the left leg. So we put the positive charges on the left leg, and we put the negative charges on the left hand and the right hand. Okay, and that is EVF. So those are the 3 augmented limb plates. Okay, limb plates. LD is the limb plates. So this is another picture, guys, for the 3 augmented limb plates. We said that we have EVR, EVL, and EVF. This is EVR, EVL, EVF, and this is EVR. We said that the EVR, we put the positive charges on the right arm. Well, the thing that I want to say here is that don't care about the positive charges that are situated in here, because he's explaining about something another, which we're going to discuss about that later. So we said that the EVR, we put the positive charges on the right arm, while we put the negative charges on the left arm and the left leg, because we want to measure the potential difference that is situated on the right arm. So we put here the positive charge, which is the EVR. The EVL, which we put the positive charge on the left arm, while we put the negative charges on the right arm and the left leg, and that is EVL, because we want to measure the potential difference and the electricity that is situated on the left hand. So we put the positive charge on the left hand, while we put the negative charges on the left leg and the right hand, and that is EVR. The last thing of the 3 augmented limb plates, which is the EVF, which we put the positive charges on the left leg, while we put the negative charges on the left hand and the right hand, because we want to measure the potential difference that is situated on the left leg. So we put the positive charge on the left leg, negative charges on the left hand and the right hand, and that is EVF, and that is Ethiophant's triangle, as we explained before. The thing that I want to explain right here for you guys is that, God willing, when you get to the ED at like a general physician and you see the electrocardiograph device, sometimes you don't see and you don't find on the leads written EVF, EVR, and EVL. Sometimes you don't find that on the electrodes, but you find some colors like these colors. You do find these colors on the electrocardiographs electrodes instead of EVR, EVL, and EVR and EVF. So the colors are so important. They're important to keep any one of these colors. So let's begin with the red color. The red color, we put the red color or lead number 1, we put it at the right arm. So the red color, it is situated on the right arm. If you don't find the lead number 1 or the EVR ran on the electrodes, you have to look for the red color and put it at the right arm, because it is related to lead number 1 or the EVR. Okay, the red color. And when you look for the lead number 2 or EVL, and you don't see that written on the electrodes, you have to look for the yellow color. The yellow color, it is situated and it is related to the left arm. It is related to the left arm. When you don't see that lead number 1 or EVL, you have to look for the yellow color, because it is related to lead number 2 and EVL. Okay, and put it at the left arm. The last thing is the EVF or lead number 3, which you put it at the left leg. Sometimes you don't see the EVF or the lead number 3, so you have to look for the green color and put it at the left leg, because the green color is related to the lead number 3 and the EVF, and put it at the left leg. Sometimes you do find another thing, which is a black color, which place you have to put it in. The black color, sometimes you do find a electrode which is black in color. The black color, sometimes, as we said before, we put the black color at the right leg for the excess electrode, for the excess charges. Okay, as we said before, that is the excess charges that is confusing the body. They're going out from the body through this leg. So the black color, if you find that, you have to put it at the right leg. So those are the 3 augmented limb leads that is situated in the body. How to put them all with their colors. Okay, now we still have the chest leads. Let us go to them. So this is a picture showing you to all the 6 chest leads. As we said before, that we have 6 chest leads, right? 6 chest leads. We said they are situated from V number 1 to V number 6, right? Those chest leads are so important. It is so important to keep the position of all of them. The position is so important. Focus. The position is so important. So let us go from the first one. The V number 1. V number 1 of the chest leads, you have to put it at the 4th intercostal space. The intercostal space of the chest, you have to put right there, V number 1. Look from here, that is the first intercostal space, the second intercostal space, the third intercostal space, and that is the 4th intercostal space, which you put here, the V number 1 on the right side. Focus. On the right side, you put V number 1 in the 4th intercostal space. On the other side, you put V number 2 on the 4th intercostal space also. That is from here, number 1, 2, 3. That is the 4th intercostal space, which you put here, V number 2 on the left side. Focus on the left side here. Well, now don't go to V number 3, go to V number 4. V number 4, you put it at the 5th intercostal space on the left side. Focus on the left side. We're measuring the heart. You put in on the 5th intercostal space on the left side, V number 4. Okay, now go to V number 3. V number 3, you put it between V number 2 and V number 4. You put here V number 3. Okay, now don't go to V number 5, go to V number 6. V number 5, V number 6 here, you put it at the also at the 5th intercostal space, exactly for those who did, exactly on the mid axillary line. That is the mid axillary line. You put the the V number 6. For those who did study Gray's anatomy, that is the axilla, and you put here the V number 6, that is the mid axillary line. Now go to V number 5. V number 5, you put it between V number 4 and V number 6. You put V number 5 exactly on the anterior axillary line. That is the anterior axillary line. Okay, the thing that we didn't say that the V number 4, we said it, we put it at the 5th intercostal space, exactly on the mid clavicular line. That is the mid clavicular line. This is the clavicle. Those who did study Gray's anatomy, that is the clavicle, and that is the mid clavicular line. We put here at the 5th intercostal space V number 4. Okay, so those are the 6 chest leads, the position of all of them. So first of all, the position is so important. You have to keep the position. Sometimes when you get to the ED, the emergency department, when you see the electrocardiograph, sometimes you don't see V number 1, V number 2, V number 3 to V number 6. Sometimes you don't see that numbers on the electrode, but sometimes you do find colors like the 3 augmented limb leads. You do find colors instead of numbers. So the colors are also so important. So V number 1, if you don't see V number 1, the first chest lead, you have to look for the red color, because the red color, it is related to the V number 1. When you don't see V number 1, you have to look for the red color. Okay, V number 2, which you put the yellow color. When you don't see V number 2, you have to look for the yellow color, because the yellow color, it is the same as the V number 2. Okay, sometimes when you look for the V number 3, you don't see V number 3, so you have to look for the green color and put the green color at the position of the V number 3. Sometimes also you don't find V number 4, which you have to put the blow color or the blow electrode on the on the position of the V number 4. So V number 4, it is related to the blow color. Sometimes you don't find the V number 5, which you have to look for the orange color, because the orange color, it is related to the V number 5. And V number 6, which we don't have this color, V number 6, which has the purple color. The purple color, it is related to V number 6. When you don't see V number 6 on the electrodes, you have to look for the purple color and put it at the 5th intercostal space at the mid axillary line. This is the mid axillary line, and you put here the V number 6. Okay, so those are the 6 chest leads. This is another picture showing the 6 chest leads. As we said before, that we have 6 chest leads. This is like a real patient, but here they're showing the 6 limb leads or numbers, not colors. But here in this picture, they're focusing exactly on the position of all of them. So let us go and explain all of them. This is the lead number 1, which is, we said before, that is V number 1. You put it at the 4th intercostal space, right? That is the lead V number 1. This is the V number 2, which you put it also at the 5th intercostal space at the left side, and that is on the right side. That is V number 4, which you put it at the fifth intercostal space on the anterior clavicular line, or the mid clavicular line, sorry, at the mid clavicular line, that is the clavicle. And that is V number 3, which you put it between V number 2 and V number 4. That is here is the V number 6 on the this is the axilla on the mid axillary line. That is the mid axillary line. You put the V number 6 on the mid axillary line, and that is the V number 5, the last one, which you put it at the anterior axillary line between the V number 4 and V number 6. You put here V number 5. So those are the 6 chest leads. The position of all of them is so important. So the position is so important. We said that the position is so important for the chest leads, and also the colors. You have to keep the colors. Okay, so those are the 6 limb leads, chest limb leads. So guys, this is the end of our topic today and our lecture today. I hope that you find some useful things that can help you in your studying, in your understanding, in your learning. The next video, we're gonna talk about the waves, the intervals, the segments, and the durations of each one of them, and also the amplitudes. See you guys next time. Thank you.